Hey, what is going on? Tim here, and today I wanted to walk you through what I have to carry on my vessel to ensure not only my safety, but passengers that may be on board and boaters that we may encounter on the water. So you may find this video helpful if you're new to boating, or maybe you're looking to get on a friend's boat, you want to help out, but these are just the safety requirements that not only that the Coast Guard requires, but in some states there are specific requirements that you need to follow. I'm in North Carolina, and so there are specific requirements that I need to adhere to, and something to keep in mind. Depending on your vessel size, there may be additional requirements, so you just want to make sure that you check that prior to going out to ensure that you don't get jammed up on the water and you don't encounter any type of issues that may create some safety concerns for you as well as others on the water. So let me walk you through what I got, and if you have any recommendations or if I forgot anything, please drop a comment down below. So let me just walk you through what I always have on my boat before I go out, whether it's just with friends, family, or if it's a charter that I'm running. The most important thing that you want to make sure you have on your vessel is life jackets. I have this what's called like a tea bag. This holds up to 6 life jackets in it, and I also have some that I keep in storage compartment here. And you are required to have a life jacket for every individual that is on your vessel. Also, the Coast Guard requires they have a fully charged fire extinguisher on deck. Again, in the event that there is a fire on your vessel, you want to have a way to be able to put it out besides just the water. I mean, you can use water, but this is still a requirement. You also need a visual distress signal. Here I have flares. You just want to make sure that they're not expired. So just make sure you check the expiration date. But they do make flares that are like digital lights that mimic a flare, so that's something they can also consider if you didn't want to go the route of your traditional flares to have on deck. And you see here I have a bucket. I use it as a bait bucket, but at the same time there was a smaller bucket that you saw that I had the fire extinguisher and flare sitting in. That is just a bailing device that I use to remove water in the event that I am taking on water on the vessel. So again, not required, but it is definitely something that you should consider to have if you just want to make sure you're checking off all your safety items on your boat. So again, depending on the type of boat you may have, your navigation lights may be different. Fortunate for me, I have nav lights that are built into the hull, so that is something that you do need to have on deck just to ensure if you're out on the water at night that you can properly navigate on the water and have visibility to other boaters. Another safety requirement is some kind of sounding device, whether it be a horn, which is what I have on my Carolina skiff. This red switch here is the horn, but you can also have a whistle or a bell, something that's going to be able to alert other boaters if there is some kind of distress, fog, and you just want to communicate where you're located to avoid any type of collision on the water. Last but not least, your vessel is required to have a display of its vessel numbers. Again, this is so that if there is some kind of emergency, other boaters, passengers can alert the proper authorities to provide assistance if needed, along with like having your registration information too. So you never want to go out without having the proper identification on hand in the event that you need it, or you're stopped by wildlife or Coast Guard for some kind of safety inspection, which they do sometime, from time to time on the water. Something that you can do depending on the type of vessel you have. Like mine, like for me, I don't have a VHF radio, but it is something you would want to definitely have on hand, especially if you're going offshore or you are going any type of long distance, that you need to be able to radio other boaters or authorities for assistance. They do make handhelds that are great. Alternative, if you didn't want something permanent like a VHF radio. Something else I keep on my boat as well as a first aid kit. Again, I can't tell you how many times we've used this thing, whether it's like a nick, cut, bite, like just having it makes it, you're just prepared for anything. And you can get a kit, Costco, they're not that expensive. You just want to have one that you can keep on deck in the event you need to use it for anything. You'd be very surprised what you may encounter where a first aid kit can easily address it without either having to come back to the dock and having to deal with a more serious matter. Similar to having like a VHF radio or handheld radio, if you're looking to looking to go further out in the water, you want some kind of nautical chart, just something handy. It's more or less a reference so that you know where you're at on the waterway in the event that you might get lost, and you just need to identify channel markings to make your way back home. It's great also to have some kind of like float plan. This is letting others know, whether it be a dock master, your family, friends, if you happen to go offshore, they know exactly where you're going to be. So if you're not back by the time that you communicated to them, they at least have a realm of they have some knowledge of where to maybe look for you in the event there's like some kind of search and rescue that has to be done. So again, a float plan is just a good practice to have when you're going offshore for a long extended time. One cool thing is the Coast Guard do offer safety vessel checks, and what that entails is they will come inspect your vessel, make sure you have all the items that you need at the minimum to operate your boat safely, and then what they will do is provide you with a safety vessel check sticker here, so that in the event that you are pulled over, Coast Guard, Wildlife, Marine Patrol, they can see that sticker there that you have met the requirements, so that they don't have to do a safety inspection because you've already done your due diligence through the Coast Guard and got that certification or the seal of approval. And it's good for 1 year. You'll have to do it every year, but again, it's just a little like peace of mind that you can have without having to worry about, oh, do I have everything that I need? No, you got that stamp of approval because you had someone certified come and check your vessel actually. So I highly recommend doing that. I've done it before, and you can learn a few things that you didn't know as it relates to your own specific vessel. And again, it's really just for your own benefit to do it. So make sure you look that up if you didn't know that. Again, hopefully this is something that's going to be helpful for you to consider as you are, whether you're new to boating or you've been boating and just need a refresher. Regulations change all the time, and it's just something good to know when you're out in the water. All right, hopefully you found this video helpful. Again, I just want to walk you through all the safety requirements when it comes to what I need to do when boating and what other boaters need to consider. So if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and please share. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And as always, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you next time I'm out in the water. Peace.